All right, what's going on, y'all? So I've been seeing a lot of these videos on YouTube about, in this case, this is a guy I've been following. I like his videos, but it's called Big Ward the Genius. All right, to my other channel. I'm not subscribed on this channel, but he had a video. All right, says nobody cares about men. Okay, and you're watching these videos, right? And there's a lot of videos like this. Like I just type in, okay, nobody cares about men, and you just type it in, and then you're gonna see like all these videos. Nobody cares about men. Another brother right here,
What's going on, guys? Back at you guys.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but then, so then I started seeing this like a couple years ago, even at some of my jobs, right? The men would talk about this in the States about not really being valued, right? So I'm like, this is becoming a problem because I have, cousins that are younger than me and they come into the world, and I don't want to make it just one-sided, because here, coming down to Latin America, especially coming down here to Ecuador, it'll wake you up. Because not once, right, did I feel this way about men. Did I feel this way, or do I see that? Actions speak louder than words. It's the equivalent of being a parent and saying, don't do drugs. Well, if you're doing drugs as a parent and, you're watching TV shows, Hustle and Flow, you're watching all these horrible, shows and movies. Don't be shocked if your kids are following these influences. It's really about, showing it. So that's what I see here. I remember I went out to go eat with a lot of my friends here, but I hung out with their family. And what you'll have is one table will be all the adults, right? And, the men will be, fed. And not only that, like the older folks, older women, they may be like grandmas, the abuela, abuelito, you know what I'm saying? They'll be fed. They'll be given food. And, the woman would be on the second floor or different floors, making the food, right? Making the empanadas, like literally talking. And then the men were, sitting down, having drinks. They weren't being lazy, but there was no TV around. So they were just talking, the men were talking. The kids had their own corner. They were outside, running around. But it's like, this feels like how it used to be in America, where you had the kids had their own area, the adults had their own area. And then, like the adults, but not just the adults, but like, the men and women, the women were making the empanadas, making the bread. It was just like, there's a certain kind of structure here, both masculine and feminine. I'm like, okay, it's night and day, 100%. I seen this in about 5 of my friends, homes. I went to their homes. I spent time with the grandparents and abuela, abuelito, all of them. Tio. I see a structure that we have lost 100% in America. And this is probably why men are feeling this way. On one side, but I'm like, why? I've been here for a couple of months. I'm like, why do I feel this way? Like, as a man, this is the best I felt, because it's like, I don't really feel like shit, and that's what I was feeling like in the States. It's like, why you treat me like this? Like, it's kind of strange, man. But yeah, man, go on YouTube. You're going to see a lot of these videos. It's not just men, but also women too. So be open-minded, folks. What's going on?